anyone should partake in, as long as they qualify. We're doing a similar program specifically around hotels and lodging, as they're so critical to our travel and tourism and hospitality industry, which is so strong here in New Hampshire. Applications open up next week, and again, the program will run through July 13th. So those applications open on Tuesday, June 22nd. If you have a lodging or hotel establishment, you can apply for additional relief funds, and that will run until July 13th. And again, additional details are at our traditional website, gopher.nh.gov/apply. And then finally, some folks were asking, this Saturday, June 19th, is when the federal unemployment benefits end in New Hampshire. We made this announcement approximately 30 days ago. You have to give a 30-day runway for the official end of that program. So we've been very clear that the program and the benefits will be ending, moving on simply to our state program. We still have our traditional state unemployment. Our movement on this issue is really been staggering in terms of the number of people that we've gotten back into the workforce. Over 10,000 people since we first announced some of these changes that we're making into the process. Over 10,000 people have gotten off unemployment back into the workforce, and as a lot of folks know, that we hit a very low milestone, if you will, of 2.5% unemployment, which is just slightly below where we were just prior to the pandemic. And no sign of slowing down. I mean, there's still so many high-paying jobs out there. It's unbelievable. A lot of flexibility. It is an employee's market, so to say. Employees can really dictate the terms, if you will, for a lot of different opportunity, whether it's working remotely, whether it's working part-time or full-time. Employers are really just want individuals to come back into work, be part of their economic opportunity, and that creates a lot of economic opportunity for all those families out there with very, very high wages and a lot of flexible jobs available, which is really great. With that, we can take a few questions. No? No questions? I'm just kidding.
What's your level of concern about the Delta variant and how that might expand here in the months ahead?
Well, when you look at, a lot of folks are talking about the Delta variant now, and again, I'll defer a little bit to Dr. Chen on the scientific aspects of it. I'll say that we're really treating it as any other variant. There's a little bit of an unknown in terms of how aggressive it is, how contagious it might be, its viability against the vaccine. All of those things look very positive right now, which is great. And we have to understand that next week there could be another variant, and next month another variant. So we're going to be constantly watching, looking at the data on a national perspective, because when these variants come in, sometimes we just see a couple cases here and there. Maybe other parts of the country have a lot more cases than we do. So we really try to look at a lot of the national data, the international studies and whatnot. And Dr. Chen and his team do a phenomenal job. So I think we take every single variant very seriously. And you know, if something were to change, if it looked like the vaccine wasn't as viable against an aggressive variant, we could take a look at that, and we'd make an assessment as to what steps need to be taken. The good news is we have a lot of tools in the toolbox, and to our availability. I don't think, and pray that we never get back to a point of shutting everything down and all that kind of stuff again. But no, we take it very seriously. We look at the variants, all the different levels of how it spreads, where it's spreading, and how it can be affected. And then again, all the more reason, get the vaccine. If you have been vaccinated, yet there's still a decent amount of folks out there that haven't. You know, it's never too late. Never too late to get the vaccine and say, gee, you know, these variants are really out there, and we know a lot of folks that have them. You know, I'm going to talk to my doctor, go to my pharmacy, and be part of that solution for myself, my family, and my community.
Can we hear from Dr. Chan briefly?
Sure.
Is it dramatically more contagious than the other variants?
Yeah, so by definition, variants of concern are more contagious. We've seen that not only with the Delta variant, which is also, or has been called the B.1.617.2 variant. That's the variant that originated, or was first identified out of India. But yes, the Delta variant is more contagious than the initially circulating variant, but so are some of these other variants, the B.1.1.7 variant or the Alpha variant. These go by different names. I will just re-emphasize one of the points that the governor made, which is that the vaccines we have currently available continue to show high efficacy and effectiveness at preventing disease from even these variants, even the Delta variant. The one additional point to make, though, is that there are some early studies showing that one dose of a COVID-19 vaccine, like one dose out of a two-dose series, appears to be less effective than against some other variants. So there's still protection offered by one dose, but we continue continue to emphasize the importance of being fully vaccinated. So if you're getting the Pfizer or the Moderna vaccines, get 2 doses. 2 doses continues to be highly effective, even against the variants like the Delta variant. Only a single dose of a 2-dose series is less effective.
What's the status of the state's contact tracing operations right now? I mean, I know they've been sort of dormant for a while, but given these variants, is there still the infrastructure in place should the state decide that it needs to trace an outbreak?
I'm going to let Dr. Daly answer that. Thanks.
So we continue to have a contact tracing operation